Hi, welcome back to the Herriman High podcast, and this is our entry to the Best Podcast Award category. You're going to hear 3 different clips starting from our newest episode on cancel culture, our favorite podcast, which is our interview with Mr. Kornberg, our principal, and one of our most impactful ones, which is about the network blocks the JSD has for computers. Enjoy!
Yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons. I mean, society needs to redefine what canceling is in order to avoid misinformation, like with the cases we just talked about. I mean, if canceling is used in the right way, it can be a healthy way to hold people accountable. If there are celebrities or public figures who are being openly racist or discriminatory, so like Ellen or J.K. Rowling, or if they're abusing their power in a way that is unethical and just bad, canceling can be a way to hold them responsible for that by withdrawing support. But we have to remember that canceling is a way to retract support and respect from a person or group. It shouldn't be used to spread rumors about celebrities like we saw with the illegitimate cases. It's people's perspective on what canceling really is has been skewed because of all of the rumors that have been spread. It's been construed as a joke to cancel someone, and this is really just harmful because if a person is sharing their opinion with an open mind and not being discriminatory, spreading rumors about them is just wrong, essentially.
Can I bring up a little scenario for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so I brought up Colin Kaepernick, right? And we all know that he was one of the really big people in American civil rights in terms of the Black Lives Matter movement. And so when he took a kneel, that kind of sparked a lot of controversy and eventually got him canceled.
But that brings up my whole issue of canceling is that how many people are actually canceled? So Colin Kaepernick, he's still well off. He's still got that sponsorship from Nike. J.K. Rowling, she's still rich. She got canceled, but it's not like people were going to ask for her head on a pike, right? Like, there are very few instances where canceling actually successfully ends someone's career and their social standing. So, like, Harvey Weinstein. He's in jail, right? Yeah, so that worked. But how many dozens of cases against the ratio of canceling actually work?
Yeah, and I think a lot of that ties back to the fact that a lot of people, if you say the word canceled, they just think it's a joke, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not legitimate.
Administrators for ever since, dress codes were in the books. People have disagreed with them. This year with COVID, a lot of students have started noticing that it's felt a lot more relaxed to them. You can get away with ripped jeans or wearing hats in classes, and they feel like that may be something that happened with policy. So we wanted to know if next year, or if this was an actual change this year, and if it's going to be changed next year, or if this was from your own judgment.
That's a great question. So, really, to answer the first part of it, has COVID changed the way we look at dress code? And the answer is yes. There's no doubt about it. When I'm losing so many students to failure, and after second quarter, we had 30% of our student body who failed at least one class. So what is our priorities at this point? Watching their dress code and ripped jeans and if they had a hat, or just getting them here? So certainly our priorities changed drastically on the way we think. I think there's some good things that actually have come out of COVID as well. Maybe it really did make us focus and determine for ourselves what is the most important thing that we're looking at. We talked about clothes that were distracting in class. Well, that might be true on some cases, and believe me, if there's a young man that has a hole up by his crotch, and I'm going to address him regardless, right? Or, right. I mean, there's a limit, a line. I can't really draw that line for you right here and now, but look, we looked at the failure and students coming to school. Dang right we started changing our view on dress code. What we will do, the dress code policy hasn't changed. That's not something that I set for myself. That's set by the Jordan School District Board of Ed. Is there still a dress code? Yes, there is. If I'm pushed, I have to support that and will support that Jordan dress code policy. I've just got more important things to do than to worry about where the holes are in the jeans and what kind of hat you've got on. As long as I'm principal, I think my priorities will always be towards the students and grades and what's the most important thing. But let's not forget, there is a dress code policy. Does that answer it?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. With that question, I'll hand it off to Jaden with the next few.
Thank you. Transferring into like COVID policies, this year the administration has been strict on wearing your masks and social distancing while at school. Do you think future students will see any changes to COVID policies going into next year?
Well, if you'd have told me 2 days ago that we'd be talking about a junior prom, I'd have called you an alien from another planet, because there is no way on this green earth that we were going to do a junior prom. Yeah. And then you start hearing that they're looking at a point when they're going to stop requiring masks. That blows me away.
School age, and then but the thing with personal computers is you're automatically in a group 1, and that's kind of the weird part. Is it's like you're getting blocked at a elementary school level, but we're in high school and we're doing research on our personal computers about that type of stuff.
So, little update. filter.jordandistrict.org.
That's
says right here. Description, website is part of block list, group number 1, group name default, and it gives an IP address. But the funniest bit is that this is the filter, and it is blocked itself.
Well, that's just funny.
And
That's just wonderful, right? All right, well, does anybody else have anything else to add?
I have a whole thing to add.
All right, let's hear it.
So, like we just said, things are blocked, and keywords are blocked.
Mm-hmm.
One of the big things that really started this conflict for me, at least, is researching the keyword gay. Gay. It is blocked through this Jordan School District network. On the flip side, a derogatory term of the other side is not blocked. And I talked to Anthony Muto about this, and he only had a couple words saying that they were given a block list, a default block list, and he could appeal it. But the fact that that word is blocked itself and isn't inherently malicious or like bad for students is really weird.
Yeah.
And I think we might have to look into that a little bit more. But again, the censor is supposed to protect children and to make sure that like students aren't like saying anything bad. But the word gay itself, I think we can all say, is pretty disarming.
Yeah.
And not that bad. So
Like, come on, it's the 21st century.
exactly. So, that's kind of a big thing too, is that if the Jordan School District is posing that to be something harmful, we should see why that
Yeah.
is, and like how do the students who are gay or who are researching Pride Month, how that might interfere with them, because that's really important to figure out when it's like a whole group of people that can't even look up the word gay.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a hard topic, and that is something that should be appealed. So, well, thank you for joining the Herriman High podcast. Please tune in again in about 2 weeks. Let's see that. And hopefully we'll have another one up by then. And next time we'll see you and we'll have another topic. Thank you.